Welcome to CHTV. I'm here this week with Mr. Cleary, talking about the music department. What was your first inspiration to get you started into music?
My first inspiration, I was a chorister when I was a very young boy, a long time ago, at York Minster, which was a fantastic experience. And I was there for 7 years, and I think that kind of ingrained that singing on a daily basis in such a fantastic place. Began my interest in music, and from there I learnt the piano, learnt the organ, and it's just sort of begun from there, and essentially continued through. And most of what I do now is choir based, and I guess it all comes from those roots.
Yeah. And at your school, was there a lot of music going on? Or?
At my prep school, the choir school at York, yes, a lot of music going on. I played the violin for my sins, and then when I went to secondary school, I continued to do some violin playing, played a lot of piano and a lot of organ at that stage, and I was actually lucky enough within the school to conduct a choir, so I think that sort of started quite young. I enjoyed playing in orchestras, didn't particularly enjoy solo performing, but enjoyed playing in the groups, and it's just sort of evolved from there.
Alright, what aspect of CH music life do you think is the most appealing to you?
Well, I enjoy the choirs. That's what I enjoy, and there are many of them, and they're very busy, and sort of that sort of the daily work with singers is fantastic. I think the exciting thing about the music department here is the breadth of it. You have the band, again working on a daily basis, the amount of orchestras, actually the number of concerts. There's never a week really without some event happening, sort of in school or outside of school.
What do you think has been your standout event so far?
I've enjoyed it all. It's still at the moment very much work in progress. There's a lot of work to do with some of the groups, but I've enjoyed working with the chapel choir. That's size of choir is always a challenge, particularly teenagers. And actually working with the Verdi Requiem has been something quite different from the chapel music, which is obviously much shorter. But I've enjoyed that. The Scola and the new consort are really exciting because we can sort of get some more challenging repertoire. I enjoyed the St John Smith Square concert. It was nice having lots of performers there. It was more of a school concert, but I enjoyed the concert back in November, and it's been nice introducing the house songs into that. I think that sort of enticed a lot more parents to come and hear, perhaps hear orchestras and choirs that they wouldn't normally choose to come to that concert for. So that's something I want to develop a little bit more, so we get bigger audiences and a slightly broader spread of music within those concerts.
And can you tell us a bit about the Angus Ross concert?
Yeah, well, it's the Verdi Requiem, which is a fantastic piece for orchestra and choir. It's a good sing. It's not particularly easy for the choir, but it's a big sing. It's very powerful and very loud at times, but equally beautiful and very quiet at others. And it's a whole spread there. It's essentially an opera, so in disguise, really, being Verdi. And I hope the choir, once they've learnt it, they're coming on pretty well at the moment. But once they've learnt it, we'll actually really enjoy it, and there's some fantastic moments for soloists, and they can sit back and just enjoy the performance.
Why did you choose the Verdi Requiem?
Well, it's a piece I know quite well, and not quite knowing what the choirs were like before I started here. Just wanted to sort of hedge my bets a little bit. But the Choral Society haven't performed the work for about 10 years as well, so it's about time. About time it was done again, actually. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, who's your favourite composer, and what's your favourite piece of music?
My favourite composer is probably Bach. I don't really have a favourite composer. I like a lot of music by a lot of different composers. I quite like jazz. I quite like contemporary music as well. But I think, as a complete set of music, I think that Bach would probably be the one who I would take the box set away if I had to take any one box set away.
And the piece. My
favourite piece of music, I think, probably goes back to a set work at A-level, which sort of opened my mind up to a lot of music that so until that point I hadn't listened to, and I wasn't really prepared to listen to, which is as a naive schoolboy did. But it's probably The Rite of Spring. I think it's really quite a powerful piece. So you need to actually know the piece pretty well to really understand what's in it and where it took music at that particular point in history. But yeah, lots of other music I enjoy, but that's really quite it's all there in The Rite of Spring, and the energy and the vitality of that music, you can sort of see where things went that century. So yeah, it's a fantastic piece.
Thank you very much.